Hey guys, I'm back. You're probably wondering where I went over the weekend because I wasn't really streaming as much. I went to a Halloween party and I kind of got myself alcohol poisoning, so that's where I was yesterday instead of streaming. I was just recovering from that. I'm all good now though. But what I did do yesterday while I was recovering is I watched Card on Hulu. I actually have it running over here on my computer right now because I wanted to make sure I had it like as a backup source for information if I needed to check anything. I just watched it last night, but I watched it stoned because I went into it with this mindset of, oh, this movie's gonna be awful. And I mean, the first 30 minutes of it, I was kind of bored, but it does a good job of pulling you in and starting to build the intensity because the movie starts off in the middle and then rewinds and plays through, which I don't usually like it when movies do that, but it worked out in this case. So they spend the first like 30 minutes just introducing you to the characters, getting you to know about the town a little bit. They're constantly pushing this information at you that there was some sort of accident and it's connected to the young boy and his sister as far as their parental situation goes. It's also tied to our monster as well, which we get our first look at within like first 15 minutes of the movie, right about here, where our little buddy here wearing all the corn finds this freaky, smelly apparently pumpkin because it's got flies buzzing on it. It's got a face. It just seems like such a goofy monster. And that was part of the reason why I thought this was going to be bad, especially because their special effects were very incredibly cheesy. But that was actually something that wound up making me smile. And I liked that a lot more than Smile did. Not Smile 2, I haven't seen that one yet. Did not like Smile 1. That movie was lame. I'm not gonna lie. At first glance, when I was going to watch it, I actually thought of regular show when they do the spooky stories. I forget which one of the seasons of Halloween episodes that they did this with, but they did one about a pumpkin monster. He was a scarecrow that if he touched you, he turned you into a pumpkin, and that one was hilarious to me because that's what I low key thought this was gonna be. I was like, oh no, scary pumpkin monster. Oh no, it's a vengeance thing, kind of like Jason, but in this case, it's as you might guess from the title, attacking people that carve pumpkins. It's a living, potentially alien pumpkin, which we do get a reveal about it on what it really is, but I don't want to go into spoilers. Dude, so some of the kills that it gets off too, because it uses vines and as tentacles, is very like Slenderman-esque in a way. Like some of the kills that they pull off, like I don't know if you can see this here, but that guy got a vine through the back of his head, right out his mouth. And there's somebody right behind him as well that got the same treatment. I thought that shit was sick. There's a lot of knife killing in it, and those ones were a little more bland, like boring. But some of these vine kills, real good stuff. They did a really good job of fake killing a couple of characters as well. I'm not gonna say who, when, or anything else, but there was a couple twists where they a character, or so it seemed, and then they make a second heroic appearance, and it's actually really cool because you don't tend to see that. I don't think in most horror murder flicks. They just all go one by one by one by one until the last one runs screaming for like 10 minutes and then they finally get that one as well. Maybe I've just watched too many of like the Jason films or something. If there was one thing I would complain about in this movie, it's probably that they spend way too much time just in this one barn trapped by the pumpkin monster. And it just seems like the entirety of the movie takes place there. Like I just was counting it over here with the timer from 25 minutes and like something seconds. Oh, let's see. No, sorry. 32. Nope, they're not in there yet. So from like 32 minutes all the way up to like 50 minutes into the movie, they're just inside this barn, trapped, doing nothing but yelling at each other and just trying to figure out a plan, which was actually the most realistic thing about the entire movie was just seeing how the characters all interacted with each other under such duress. I really like that. I just wish that they weren't stuck in that one barn for such a massive majority part of the movie. That's really I think that's got to be my only complaint. Like I went into the movie thinking it was going to be bad, came out with a bunch of surprises, very impressed, and almost wanting to watch it again, really. I'm sitting here watching it back. I was going to watch it again before I made this video actually, but that would have been like 3 hours of my day that I didn't really have time to give up. But I'm gonna stop this review here so I don't get any like actual spoilers because I feel like I've just been yapping for 6 minutes. But I'm telling you, if you have Hulu, go watch Carved before the end of the season. Go watch Carved.